Hi, I'm Barry John, and welcome back to Let's Play Descent. I have a couple of co-commentators today, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Bucha, and I was one of the rescued people.
Hi,
So-
I'm Laylite. I was also rescued.
Thank you guys. So, welcome to level 4. We are on Venus now. Oh, wait, back up.
Oh, we have the new enemy!
Oh,
He
yes.
just wants a hug.
Yeah, with his giant Sharpie claws of red hugginess.
I don't want to speculate as to why they're red.
Well, I mean, do ships bleed?
Maybe they're rusty because he hasn't gotten his hug quota in yet?
Just another OSHA violation of, not repairing stuff.
Yeah. So, welcome to our first melee-style enemy. These guys like to run up at you and cause contact damage.
But
And
thankfully
as you-
to your shield.
Yes. And double thankfully, these guys have a very good chance of dropping a couple of shield power-ups in the process. So, if you're good about it, you can actually come out of a fight with even more shields than you started. This is
This is around when all the sound cues of the robots kind of start to alert you as to what's going on. But the problem with the melee guys is that they're really quiet.
Yeah, very quiet. One of the things I want to note here, actually a couple of things. First of all, you may have noticed from the end of the last video that I kind of finished off with less than 100 energy and less than 100 shields. The game is nice enough that every time you start a new level, if your energy and shields are below 100, they'll bring them back up to 100. But if they're over it, like say if I ended the game or ended this level right now, I'd have 149 shields going into the next level.
Yeah, in general, the way that the game works is that you tend to lose a lot of health and then get it back from drops, so even though it's nice to start out a level with a lot of health, it actually doesn't really tend to matter all that much in practice.
No.
In the gentle
Which is
hand
nice.
of-
It makes you feel like you don't have to do the previous level perfectly, you just have to do this level well.
the gentle hand of the developers, is on site from here on forward. Stuff like Quake used to bring up your health, and so did Wolfenstein, many other games, Bob.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't come up as much in this video, but it will come up in a couple of videos. If you have less than a certain number of concussion missiles in your inventory at the end of a level, they will also restock your basic concussion missiles up to that point as well. But honestly, if you've run out of concussion missiles at this, you're either facing off against a very powerful enemy or you've had a very bad run.
Yeah, the fact that the splash damage on the missiles can damage you means that you can't really use them as frivolously as you might like, just to get down to 0 missiles. So you have to use them responsibly.
Yeah. Now, here's something people may have noticed. Aside from the exit being right there. Wait, exit's there? Where's the red door?
Oh.
There are other colors besides red.
True, but the reactor is always behind the red door. Now, I opened up the pathway to the hostages because my plan at this point is basically grab the hostages on my way out. Don't be carrying them around for the rest of the level.
Don't want to weigh you down.
You really have to wonder what the hostages are thinking, seeing that friendly ship fly in and then not pick them up immediately, though.
Yeah. I like to think that, Material Defender just waves, goes, hey guys, give me a few minutes, I gotta, make sure it's safe to get out first. And geez, how many enemies were in this one room? But hey, red door, so reactor is nearby. Except it seems like... Oh, wait, never mind. Oh yeah, one of the nice things I like about the Vulcan cannon is that it's a cheap and easy way to just spray the door or spray the walls looking for hidden exits.
It's the It's a descent version of mashing your face against the wall and pressing E repeatedly.
Yeah. Although in this game, if you're mashing your face against the wall, you're probably going to be taking damage while you're at it. Oh, and by the way, I love the music in this game.
Yeah, definitely look up the OST sometimes. It's, depending upon what sound card it's actually being played on, because that's how things were done in the 90s, you can get some different tones and, like, actually different just moods established with the same track. It's neat.
Very true. I mean, I talked about the Red Book audio in a previous video, but we're listening to the actual MIDI music here. And this is some pretty awesome music when you get for basically the sound cards of the time.
Now, did you play this on a Sound Blaster? Back in the old days?
No, I'm using the Rebirth source port, which means that the music is baked into the game rather than a separate source to it.
Oh, okay.
How do I say that? Oh, crud, Large Hulk. But hey, at least I'm firing the same color of lasers at the Large Hulk now.
One thing that always bugged me when I was a kid was that, apparently this was supposed to be taking place on Venus, but, all the walls are just made of rock. It's like any other level. There's no acid gas, like, tearing apart our ship at the seams.
Well, I think that's what the shields are for. And it would be just like the PTMC to turn around and say, we're going to give you extra bonus shields above 100, just so that you can get to the entrance of the mine with 100 shields.
And after that, we're not contractually obligated to help.
No. Sorry, this is my paranoid checking for secret passages, secret hidden rooms.
Yeah, secret rooms are always just kind of a weird artifact from back in the day, just because there's so much useful stuff in there.
Mm-hmm. One of the things, I like about this game is that you always have the option at starting a new game at a level you've previously completed or reached. So I could, in theory, start a new game from this level. But because I'm starting off a new game, I don't have the accumulated score, the accumulated lives, or the accumulated weaponry. So you'll see, in a lot of cases, each level has enough built-in weapon power-ups to bring you up to speed. Like, for example, here's another spread-fire cannon behind this door that I'm backing away from. God damn it. Now, that would have been a nice spot to use the spread-fire cannon. Guys in tight quarters.
Right in your face.
Yep.
Yeah, no splashback on that, thank goodness.
Very much true. Ugh. If you guys are wondering about splashback, I mean, when I showed off my death reel from level 3, when I'm going through it frame by frame just to keep an eye on things, I actually saw the missiles being fired off from my ship, hitting the wall beside me and killing me. Which, kind of hilarious here. And, yeah, those green dots, actually the red dot there in the background, that's the red key. The green dots are the hostages, there's a blue dot for the blue key, a yellow dot for the yellow key, and this is the first level in which the hostages are, in multiple groups.
Now, do you have to explore a certain amount of level to start to see the blips, or do you see them immediately?
You see them immediately. Well, sorry, you don't see the keys until you actually, have a look in the room that they're in. But you do see the hostages, because I think they're the only life signs in the mine. Yeah.
Your grill is the is their safety mechanism.
One of the suggested titles for the thread when I was shopping around was rescuing hostages by ramming at them.
Oh, that's a time-honored tradition. It's just like
Yeah.
using medkits by stepping on them.
It's like the Carmageddon style.
Hey, you know the game I played?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I seriously cannot believe this game came out in 1995.
Yeah, I mean the polygon count on the models is actually pretty high.
Yeah. Which is... Okay, now, I know you guys didn't see the enemy there because, well, we just got introduced to our first invisible enemy. Also, guys just hanging around the door there.
Yeah, they're technically only 95% invisible, but that's really cold comfort. A lot of
Yeah.
times, if you don't already know they're there, you will literally run into them before you notice them.
So, I mentioned last time I talked about enemy spawners. If you see those purple veins on the wall, they're going to create enemies when you're nearby.
Yep,
And
that's what nanobots look like.
Yep. But in last level, basically, there was a couple of enemy spawners between the where you pick up the red key, double back to the red door, and then double back from the red door while the reactor is exploding to the exit. And, you know, the enemy pile-up becomes quite annoying there. And just a little bit of trading long-range sniper fire with these guys. And here's our first point where... Oh, by the way, there's enemy spawners in the reactor room.
Oh,
Devious.
somebody trying to say hi to you there.
Yep. He just wants to give hugs. Now... Oh, reactor's blown. Let's
Yeah, and unlike a lot of other spawners of the era, I believe these things just keep spitting out robots even if you destroy the originals, so you can't really, like, try to keep the originals alive to cut down on the numbers. They'll just keep dumping them out if you ignore them.
Yes. However, some spawners do have a number limit to them. Or, you know, some sort of hard cap on how many enemies they spawn at one given time. But that's it for this level. Thank you guys for talking, and we will talk again next time.